Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
Is the next search on February 28, 2020? 7:44 p.m. How, period, does the FBI find people? The people is misspelled P-E-O-O-P-L-E. Did the defendant find out how the FBI finds people in this case? Oh, she found out.
I object.
Because he's the guy.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Just making sure I'm here for real. I'm there. I can see me. Zombie apocalypse. It's upon us, I tell you. It's upon us. Welcome. I see everyone coming and taking their seats. Come on in. Trying to find which device I can order. I can order a button device on. A thingamajig. I need to order a thingamajig. And thank you, by the way. Thank you. Oh, we are here. We're here. All right. I don't know why that doesn't work. I'm going to order it, which it says it's on pre-order. And so I will be one of the guinea pigs, I guess, to see if it ever arrives. So we'll see. Blackmagic Design has been really good about releasing object items, except for one, which is the cloud storage device, which I'm waiting for with bated breath as well. They keep showing it in all their videos and promotions, and they're like, it's still not ready. Still haven't released it yet. Not ready. Oh, it can do this. It's not ready. Oh, you're gonna love it. It does this. It's not ready. I'm like, enough already. Just release it. Okay. I think you're the only creator I can stream in 1080p, says Courtney. Really? I wonder why. Well, I could probably do a deep dive and figure out why. But most courts only are streamed in 720p. Fun fact. You think, why in today's day and age? They're actually captured in 4K. The camera is usually almost always a 4K camera, but it's streamed in 720. Why? Because the data is so much cheaper. The live view, it's so much easier to push a 720p video than a 1080p or a 4K video. Almost nothing is ever streamed in 4K, at least not yet. Our technology just does not support it yet. I'm a little bit late today. I apologize for being late coming back from lunch. It is because it smells like Southern Febreze in here. Lemon scent. Yes, a bug made its appearance, and I promptly dispatched it with Southern Febreze. And then it crawled under one of my boxes, and I'm too scared to move the box. So I'm like, I got full on. I coated it in lemon Febreze, Southern Febreze, the lemon flavor. Absolutely coated it. It is dead. It is dead. There's 0% of me that is worried about it still being alive, and I think it made it about 6 inches under a box, and now I just have to wait. After climbing on the chair and shrieking, no, it didn't. I quickly yelled out, "Somebody get me the Southern Febreze!" And then I saw that I had a spare container up here on the mantle. And I armed myself appropriately and dispatched the bug myself without any further screaming. So, no, there's no video to prove it, but trust me, it happened. Ooh. Did it have wings? Yes, they all have wings. Bun face. And part of the problem is my house is right now open from the ceiling all the way to the ground underneath our crawl space is open because I'm doing this remodel. I have to. And the wall right here is gone. Like, if I look around here, I see studs, I see pipes, I see the ground under my house. So, anyway, that's where we are. So I need to get that done. Chat not on screen. Chat should be on screen now because Amanda, welcome. You were first in chat today. Congratulations on being first in chat. Not sure if you know this. You've got a green colored courthouse, which means you've been here for at least 3 months. But the first person in chat every time we go live is punished. It's sort of like we take great pleasure in punishing the first person in chat, and today that is you. And so I don't want you to take it personally, although we'll point the finger of scorn and shame and ridicule endlessly at you, because we are sentencing you to internet ownership. We collectively dump all our responsibility upon your shoulders, and you're going to be responsible not just for our internet problems, but those of the internet worldwide. And that just comes with the territory for being first in chat. Congratulations, though. Somebody had to do it, and today it was you. It might be you again. I think you won once before. Maybe this is your first time. Not sure. I'll have to check your record. I'm not sure. Let's see, Amanda, my internet is off. It's starting already, Amanda. So good luck with that. I'm excited. Guess what? Buitimea got a jury summons. That's awesome. That you imported a plumber / remodeler. Okay. That ended the claim of I'm remodeling. I did not know he was coming. He did not know he was coming. He just happened to be in the area, and I used him. Like the whole time he was here, instead of like catching up and like, hey, what's good times? How's the old neighborhood? All that. Instead of doing that talk, we were like, hey, head down to Lowe's for me real quick and pick up some adapters, which I still have $200 worth, well, $180 worth. I have to take back to Lowe's really quick. All right. CLK Staffy, welcome to the gallery. Good to have you here. We have a little bit. I'm not sure when court is supposed to be back. It might be soon, but if it is, we'll keep an eye out for that. And as soon as we do come back to court, we will jump to it if it happens. Otherwise, we're going to be watching for the Zoom feed, which should be posted shortly. So let us know if you see that. Let's see. Checking in on Chad Daybell. See if that case is going as planned.
Yes, I did.
Yes, it is. Okay, apparently it is. So that's just what it said right there. So we've got 20 minutes before it comes back to court, so we'll keep an eye out. Was the guy you gave your cactus to? No. His name, believe it or not, is Forrest. I gave Forrest a cactus, so I thought it was fitting. Now, Jake was the guy who helped me with my bathroom. And honestly, I give Jake all the credit, my friend who came and visited with his family. But when he got here, the first thing he did is pulled out his phone, and he called a friend. And he called a full-time, like a legitimate plumber. He's like, all right, here's what we got. And just laid it out for him. And that's how we got the answer. Ashley, I did see the announcement that Brandy's going to be on Law and Crime, talking about Canton conspiracy. Don't miss the forest for the trees. Which is just awesome. I think she's probably taping it right now, and I can't wait for it to be released. Was it Jake from State Farm? No, not that Jake, but equal nice guy, really good guy. All right, we've got just a few minutes before court starts again. Have you remembered Bug Dugger? Bug Dugger, I don't know what I missed. I don't know what comment you posted that I missed. I'm going back and I'm just highlighting every time your name pulls up in chat, just so you won't think that for some reason I'm frustrated with you or not fond of your frequent and sometimes humorous messages in chat. I see you. You should feel seen. I don't know what else to do here at this point. Other than maybe apologize. I mean, I saw you walked in the door. I saw when you took a seat. I saw you didn't win the internet. But see, I think that's it. I think that's it. I've highlighted all your messages that I can find. So, Bug Dugger, if you have a question or something I can answer, let me know. And I know it's just joking, but it's all good. All right, so we have YouTube just yeeted me for no reason, says Cheryl Reed. It's done that to a couple people lately. Yes, Bug Dugger's stressing me out. Just messing with me. It's working. It's working. Anyway, big props to Brandy. I'm so excited. She hit 19K, I think today. She hit 18K last week, and she's going to hit 20K during this trial for sure. So super excited for her. She's probably going to pick up about 10,000 or something there. It's going to be wonderful. So excited for Brandy. All right. Oh, because I killed the bug. That's why. Because I killed the bug. Do you see the news interview that the Kellys did last week after the juror vote at the ranch? Amanda, I saw an interview like on scene where they were like sticking a microphone in Mr. Kelly's face and asking questions, and he's like, I can't talk, can't answer that, can't talk. And he was just, but I didn't see anything other than that. So if there's another video, I missed it. Let's see. Juror view, not juror vote. I read vote because that's what it said, but I think typo corrected that. It's a juror view. Brandy made it to 19K subs today. That is awesome. She's going to be adding more corks to the jar here soon. She's doing really well. I mean, being an interview on law and crime, that's a cork day. I think that's a cork day. It's a visit or view. Did the judge get into anything regarding the two jurors that said they can't stay for the trial? Valerie, the only part we've heard is that the jurors brought it up and they had concerns. They're like, look, this has taken a long time, and now, I mean, we said we'd be here, but now we have some issues. We don't know what the issues are. They might be work-related. I think one of the jurors might have like a personal event or something family-wise, is what it sounds like to me, coming up. Like a close friend's or a close relative's wedding or something like that. That's something you don't really want to miss because you're in court. But as this goes on and on, it's getting closer and closer. Lego My Bidet Adam says, Bug, get over here and sit down. Sit down. Down in front. The girl with the animals, woohoo, 5 months. I've enjoyed every second of my time here. Thank you. The girl with the animals. Love your name. I love that you have a snake in your name, which is cool. Well, Slady Reads, hello. I hope you're well. I'm doing very well. And I did get your text. I get your voicemail, but I cannot respond to your text message, which is sort of like how you guys feel when you can't call me without paying a fortune. But I do have Google Meets as an option now. I do have Google Meets. Tishfish, when Brandy will be on LNC. I'll tell you this. LNC does produces their content for the near term. They're not making like stuff way in advance because courts are very current. They're current events, right? And so I would be surprised if this is pushed out beyond, say, like the start of the court. They're probably looking for some filler material, as we have a lot of people interested in the Karen Reed trial, and not a lot of video that's really compelling because it's just jury selection. So that's what. Party tonight. Megan Fox. That's it. That's all I had to say. Let's see, who else did I have on here? I think I had something over here. Let me just check. Switch accounts to one of my million accounts here. So Megan Fox has a birthday stream tonight, and I'm going to pop over there and say hi. Brandy is filler material. No, I say filler material, but filler material is very compelling. It's often provided for backstory. It's provided to build the hype, to get people excited about what's coming. So it's how do I describe this? In the news world, you have different types of video, right? You have your A-roll, which is like your me talking on the screen would be A-roll, or me taking an interview. That's A-roll. And then you have your B-roll, which is like that cameraman in court where they like zoomed in on the juror notepad with a pencil. That's B-roll video. That's the actual filler. But when you have an event, say like a verdict in a court case that you know is coming soon, but you don't know when. Right? So something's coming up. A lot of people are interested in it, and you have their attention, and all you can show them is the logo on the wall. you want something to fill that time, and you want it to be something that is compelling. You want it to be something that the people are interested in and on topic and on theme. And so they're using, in my opinion, they're going to be using Brandy's interview to do that, to say, look, here's more information. We've gone to the extra effort to find a podcaster who has done all this research, and we're going to have a Q&A, and she's probably going to be on there with somebody else who thinks maybe a little differently than she does, right? Brandy is very open with her opinions, not just on YouTube, but on Twitter as well. And so there's some people who are on the other side of that who tweet back and forth and say differently. So are we on a break? We are on lunch break. We should be coming back here in 15 minutes, maybe. Sweet and salty, 15 minutes. Call it breaking news. Call it breaking news. We'll do that. Public opinion interviews. They're good stuff. Kim R says it's gorgeous here in the hammock. First you go on vacation and you rub it in our face, and then you come back and you lay in the hammock. So vacation to get over the vacation, I guess. Let's see. Let me zoom in here. Go over here. See if I can fix this. Why is that not live? Wait for it. It's not working. Okay. JVC. Not funny. Not funny. All right. I'll leave that right there. Okay. I thought you froze for a second and he's not blinking. Oh my goodness. You know what? It's giving me like an ulcer. But check this out. Really quickly, we're going to pop into Chad Daybell's
Clearly
trial.
headed into hearsay.
Well, everyone on this screen is like a statue.
Without a timely objection, so overruled.
Okay. So did you happen to review what the prosecuting attorneys?
So nobody moves at all. Nobody moves. I look over and like, let me just check on the Daybell feed over for the Top Mark Media, and look down and it's like frozen. I'm like, is this going? Is this thing on? But Chad Daybell is a animatronic device. I don't know what he is. He just sits there without any movement whatsoever. And the attorneys are not very animated either. So get nervous. All right. Let's see. Just watching the recaps. I have not followed. I don't even know what's on there yet. I know that we've got some great mods over there and some great people watching that there. That's on the Top Mark Media channel. A brewing storm. 5 nights at Daybell's. Oh, Nate Eaton. Nate Eaton, I think, is going to be at CrimeCon. I think he's one of the special attendees at CrimeCon. So on this case here, Angelique, what's my take? Well, here's what I'll say. It is very likely, in my opinion, it is very likely that Mr. Kelly shot that man. That's my take. It's very likely. I don't believe the state has proven it, and I don't believe they've been able to reasonably exclude some of the other scenarios, which to me also seem likely. Not very likely, but also seem likely. And it hasn't got me to that threshold that I think I need to be at in order to convict, which is beyond reasonable doubt. So as I am right now, I think there's a very good chance that Mr. Kelly is guilty, meaning that he did this and that he will get away with it because the state has not proven it, and the state has to prove it. That's where I'm at so far. Have you shown the bathroom model photos? Not lately. I have to take a couple more. All right, so he shot him after the first call. Gritty, honestly, I don't know. I don't know when he shot him, if he did. Okay? First of all, I don't know that he shot him. If I did, then I would say that he would convict. But if he did shoot him, it may have gone something like this in my head. It may have gone something like this. Mr. Kelly sees them outside, tells his wife, call Border Patrol, steps outside, fires a shot off. They start running. Might be 5 people, might be 2. I don't know. I don't care, honestly. I don't know which one's right. But I think one shot hit. Mrs. Kelly didn't hear that first shot. All right? She only heard the shots when he went outside. And he said it was close. He heard a shot and it was close. Now, she has hearing aids. I understand that. But it's just, I don't know. I think that people continued running. I think he did fire more shots over their head. I'm not sure if he knows that he hit the person initially. I'm not sure if he was aware. But I think it's possible that he shot that first person. That they shot, got a weird text. Okay. I think that's how it happened. I don't think he fired 9 shots downrange at that same point. I think there was 1 shot. I think it hit its mark. And I think that this whole case could really hinge on something which will never happen. And that's that they open up the property to some of us who are a little more skilled with the metal detector than the adept investigators in the area who butchered their own investigation and find the bullet. And I think that bullet might tell a different story. So that's what I think. Melissa's really worried about doing electric. Matthew says, I've won awards. I'm good. Matthew, I'm good. I'm all I have to do is remove an old light fixture that's on. We have no grounds, right? No grounds. Who needs grounds nowadays? Really, we've got hot and the other wire. The wiring in the house is, you know exactly where it is because it has all these nifty bulb and glass insulators and bare wire running all along the beams. So I know where the wiring is. It's easy to see. I just have to turn off all the power to the house, snip the wires, and then connect it, turn it on, see if it works. And if it works, I leave it. If it doesn't, I undo the wires, swap them, connect it again, turn the power on, see if it works. And if it works, then I leave it. That's my plan right now. And if I have any spare wires, I don't know where I'm going to put them. Because I'm pretty sure I'll have like a green wire that I just don't have a space for up in the ceiling. Announced party stream Friday night. Rob has a party stream Friday night. I have not seen the link for that or when it's going to happen. Obviously, we're a few days ahead of time, but Rob plans in advance. Something I don't do very well. Exciting. Big party. All right. I have a feeling this is the call Recovery Addict is supposed to make to Melissa P's husband. I might call him off air. If I get in a bind, I'll be like, hey, help me out here. Ashley, you have my husband's number. He's a master electrician. Are you guys all worried? Are you honestly that worried that I'm going to mess it up? Sorry, I got some Southern Febreze in my eye. Okay, let's see. It's up, says Pam. Let me check. It's not working right for me, so let me pull it up. Just 1 minute. Looks like we might be coming back to court momentarily. It's taking forever. If nothing else, please have little RAB pointing the camera out while you're wiring. Steve, the truth comes out. Do not use Southern Febreze while doing electrical. All these rules, guys, make it difficult to accomplish my goal. Okay. I am not getting the feed. Did someone say the feed is up? What is Southern Febreze? Karen, the Southern Febreze is Raid, and it's available in many different scents, like lavender and lemon. It's bug spray. What happened with the judge's outburst the other day? Well, if you watched The Lawyer You Know, Peter Tragos, he sort of analyzed my little compilation video, and it was great. He did an amazing job on it. But nothing really happened as a result. The judge doesn't get reprimanded that we know of yet, but his attitude sure changed this week. Okay, still waiting for the live feed. I'm not seeing it yet. Maybe. I see a live feed of bars, but no video yet. Okay. We'll just wait and see. When something happens, we'll take it. But that's all we can do. Okay, so I have bars ready. Wow, I'm really big on the screen like that. Took electrical at community college. You're good to go. Catherine might call for your help as well. My son puts up his ceiling fans. It makes me nervous. I've installed a couple ceiling fans. I've actually installed some of these LED lights as well. Does Raid really come in lemon scent? Yes, comes in lemon. I'll show you. Let me grab it. As I trip over my empty Mountain Dew bottle on the floor. Lemon scent. Do you see that on the screen? Lemon scent. Southern Febreze. It doesn't say it. It doesn't say Southern Febreze on it, but it is lemon scent. It's too tall to fit on that shelf. It also comes in lavender, which is pretty pleasant as well. Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor. Empty Mountain Dew bottles attract roaches. Good. Let them go in. I will seal them up and throw them away. Okay. All right. So we're just waiting for court to begin right now. It has not begun. If it hasn't, let's see. Let me do a quick check on Santa Cruz because that might be an option.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
All right. Day 13. We don't have day 14 up yet. See if other courts are up. Law in motion before Honorable Thomas Fink 13 minutes ago. 21 hours ago. What is Mr. Fink doing? Why is he doing stuff that's not this trial?
Somebody just sent me a video of roaches fighting. I don't know who won.
Like 13 minutes ago, they posted a video of Judge Fink doing something. I want to check and see what it is. Ready? Hold tight.
Are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
Because he's the guy.
Yes.
That's our judge right there. Oh, there's a kid in court. Look, there's the prosecutor. Both prosecutors are there. What is happening here? Camera's crooked. It's a photo op. was just like, I think it's an adoption. I think it's an adoption. Adoption day. They just did this in the break. The judge doesn't want to stand near anybody. Baby's crying. Looks like an adoption. I'm not calling attention to this, but do his feet look
Well, good
abnormally
afternoon.
large?
Thank you all for being here. It's really it's a pleasure to be able to do this, and I'm really happy that you asked me to do this. You have two of your biggest fans are standing right behind you, and those are Judge Eshelman and Judge Mindy. What they've told me, because you've appeared before them so many times, and Judge Lopez as well, I mean, they've told me consistently that Diaz just so professional, and he's prepared, and he's always, most importantly, very ethical with them. And they're going to get mad at me because I'm sure I'm leaving out some other things. And they spoke so highly of you. I thought you already were a lawyer, to tell you the truth. I thought you already did it because you performed in this court and in the justice court in a way that really speaks so highly of you. And so you got a tough audience back there, but they just sing your praises consistently. So it's really a pleasure to do this. And from my perspective also, it's a wonderful thing to see a young person from this community be in this community and be invested in the community and work in the community. You know, I'm well past senior citizen age. I'm a senior citizen, and there's a lot of us old folks here who are going to be moving on. And, you know, if I can plagiarize President John Kennedy, it's time to pass the torch to a new generation. And given the kind of lawyer you've already been, frankly, and how professional and prepared and what a good lawyer you've demonstrated, I feel very confident that you're someone who can carry that torch forward for us and maintain the professionalism of what we have here. So it's a wonderful thing also for all of you and all your family, your colleagues who are here, but also for the community as well. So without further ado, let's get this done. If you would please raise your right hand and I'll administer the oath. It's kind of a long oath. I didn't write it, so bear with me. I, Dia Jada, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution and the laws of the United States and the state of Arizona. I will treat the courts of justice and judicial officers with respect. I will not counsel or maintain any action, proceeding or defense that lacks a reasonable basis in fact or law. I will be honest in my dealing with others and not make false or misleading statements of fact or law. I will fulfill my duty of confidentiality to my clients. I will not accept compensation for representing any client from anyone other than my client without my client's knowledge and approval. I will avoid engaging in unprofessional conduct. I will not advance any fact prejudicial to the honor or reputation of a party or witness unless required by my duties to my client or tribunal. I will support the fair administration of justice, professionalism among lawyers, and legal representation for those unable to afford counsel. I will at all times faithfully and diligently adhere to the rules of professional responsibility and a lawyer's creed of professionalism of the State Bar of Arizona. Congratulations, you're not a lawyer.
And then the judge blocks the camera. Congratulations, sir. What a big day. Honestly, that is a huge day. He's now sworn in to practice law. It looks like he might be, already working with the prosecutor's office.
Because he's the guy.
So this just happened during the lunch break in court. That's our judge. This is our courtroom that we're watching the case in. You could actually, at one point, you could see on the water bottle for the defense team, the green water bottle was still there. So I just thought since I saw that happen, I thought I'd bring that up and show you why we're late back from lunch. It was me who clapped so loudly. Hey, he passed the bar exam. He passed the bar. I mean, at this point, you've got years worth of student loans in your future. I mean, he worked hard for this. He's a baby lawyer. The courtroom does look small from this angle. I think they're pretty much done. Oh, we got some pictures. Dad's holding the kid. That's really cute. It's cute. Congrats. I forget his name. Unless he received a scholarship. Judge is like, okay, get out of my courtroom. I've got a case coming up. So let's see. Let's go back to Santa Cruz. I don't think they have not yet loaded this morning's events for day 14. It's taken a while. Anyway, that's courtroom 4. So nifty. Good to see good things happen to people that they work for. Yesterday, I saw a drunk driver crash into 2 cars, almost run over a lady, and then blamed the Good Samaritan who held him up. Reminded me of Nick Mew. Poor guy almost went to jail versus drunker. Wow. Free cake in the break room. Just help yourself to all the jury treats. I want to hear the judge's oath, says Jamie. Is that a bird on your desk? It's a duck. Ryan Applesnapple sent me 2. Well, he sent my wife a duck and me a duck, but I have them both. One is Sherlock McDuckin. What do we call this one? The other one's a teacher duck, which this one's for my wife. She's got the A+ teacher duck. Looks cute. Cute as a button. The other one, yes, this is foul. The other one is clearly investigative type sleuth duck. So what do we call it? Recovery Addict? Recovery Addict. I'll never remember that. The name's so hard. Just had a high-speed Motorola. Nova says, just going to put this out there. Mew was rightfully convicted, but we'll save that for another day. Mic drop, right? What were the other nicknames? Sherlock McDuckin or Sherduck. What were the other names? I don't remember. We rented a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Well, I rented it. My wife took it, and she drove it when she went over to the other side of the state earlier this week with the kids. And I told her she missed her opportunity to have a duck in the windshield. What happened to Moo Cow? My daughter has taken Moo Cow. And honestly, I don't know if Moo Cow survived. But tell me about it. I'm retired, still paying on loans. That's what I'm talking about. It's not cheap to become a lawyer unless you get really lucky or have rich friends who have too much money and not enough sense. She doesn't have the Jeep anymore. We got the car back. Well, we're waiting for court to start because all we have right now is this from court, which is not very exciting to look at. We took our car in because the rotor basically fell apart while I was driving. The bolt came out of the rotor, and so the brakes were flopping around inside the wheel. Made a terrible noise. Shook like the dickens. Oh, here we go. Court's back. Hang on. Wait. Anyway, we took it to the shop, Amco, here in Greenville. They fixed the whole thing, charged us $0. They just said, come get your car. It was an easy fix. It doesn't cost you anything.
All right, so I missed one of the questions from one of the jurors, and
Do it
we'll
off the
do it
headset.
this way.
Off the headset.
And I'll mark this Ainsley number 5.
Oh, 5 questions.
Actually, let's put
This is
on
live.
So the witnesses.
This is live.
Arguably.
Dang it. Why? So close. They went on headsets at the last moment. So what we know from this is we have 5 questions. Did the caliper become loose? Oh, the caliper was like rattling around, dragging against the outside of the rotor, getting caught in there and getting stuck and chipping off pieces of the wheel. Yeah. They checked it. They took the wheel off, did a little investigation, said, your wheel's great. It's got some cosmetic damage, but that's all. Glug, 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 glug. Why did they do that? Because they love me. I don't know why. Virginia Little, Southern hospitality, good service. I tell you, I have spent many thousands of dollars at that auto body or that auto repair shop. But the first time I went there, it was free. They fixed the problem. I literally walked in saying, I think I need a new transmission. And they could have said, yep, you're right. And I would not have batted an eyelid. And instead they said, they found a problem. They said, we were able to fix it. We found the problem, first of all, diagnosed it, saw what the problem was, checked that there was no damage, and we were able to fix the whole thing for free. That's where I go back.
For that, we can bring in the jurors.
Now we can bring in the jurors. Okay, now we get to hear the questions that the judge has had. We have at least 5. I don't know if all 5 are going to be read. Dog lover, I'm with the jurors right now. I believe that.
So did we just have an item of evidence that we moved to admit that I think was admitted subject to counsel's review of the exhibit?
I'm with the jurors. I believe that Mr. Kelly's innocent.
So before we
because he has not been proven guilty yet.
We'll need to resolve that.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to tune out some of that low air conditioner noise that we're hearing.
Please rise.
Come on, don't do this to us. Don't do that to us. Come back. Jury's walking in right now. Yes, we're spinning. We're spinning. Wheels are spinning feverishly. Okay, let me, we've got audio turned on. If it comes back, we're going to hear it, but let me see if I can fix something in the meantime. Just going to shut down everything that could possibly be eating bandwidth other than this, except for the spicy peppers. Oh, I'll shut the spicy peppers down because we can't do those with the video going as well. Man. The feed has dropped from court. We have this problem a lot, sadly. We still have this little spinning wheel of death. Courtroom has working air conditioning. That's the first. It gets hot down there. It gets hot. Amanda, you're up. If you could fix the, since you're the internet owner today, if you could fix the internet down in Arizona, that would be great, down by the border. I'm sure there's just a button you can push. Virginia, we're going to hear these questions one way or another. It just sounds like we're not going to hear them this right now. So now we have to wait. We have to wait, Paige and Amanda. There's a lot of reasonable doubt, in my opinion. We traditionally won't do a guilty or not guilty, or I call it a not guilty and guilty poll, until after all the evidence is presented. We can do it before the closing arguments, but not until all the evidence is presented. We are going to get the questions, Song Chef. We're going to get the questions. One way or another, we'll get them. But let me see if I can reboot the feed. Come on. Refresh everything, see what happens. It's going a little faster. Virginia Little for electrical training, and make sure we hear the questions. We'll hear the questions, but we might not hear them until they post the live stream from court, the 4-box view. And the good news about that, when they post that, is we're also going to hear what the judge is thinking, because we'll get to hear his mic. Okay, it's taking its sweet time. I'm going to turn off our super chat, or not our super chat, and turn off that video and try to connect over here. Different machine. Okay. Still waiting for the feed. Doing all we can to fix here, guys. Sorry. And the feed is down. Definitely down. Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, everyone. Please have a seat. The record to show the presence of all the jurors, the defendant, and counsel. The witnesses on the witness stand. We're going to
what, Judge? What?
The jurors have some questions for the witness. Yes, sir.
Okay,
and with all these, it's if you know. If you don't know, let us know you don't know, and why not.
See? No worries.
All right,
no worries.
question. Detective Ayden, has ATF, meaning alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, ran the serial numbers on the AK-47?
I don't have an answer to it.
All right, the follow-up question was, is yes, how are they registered? But since you don't know, I want to ask the follow-up question. Okay. Were Mr. Kelly's shoes and the deceased victim's shoes the same size?
No.
What?
All right. Again, if you have personal knowledge or foundational knowledge, let us know. If not, let us know as well. In your testimony, you stated that the alcohol, tobacco, firearms canine found only one shell casing, and there were 9 total in the same area within a few feet. Why do you believe that is?
I have no answer to that. I do not know.
Next question. In the autopsy photos, there appears to be blood on the outer tan pants, but there is no blood on the physical pants shown to the jury. Why is that, if you know? And I think the jurors referring to, I assume you're referring to physical pants being the actual physical exhibit that was brought into court. So I'll just repeat the question. In the autopsy photos, there appears to be blood on the outer tan pants, but there is no blood on the physical outer tan pants shown to the jury?
I have no answer for that either.
It wasn't me.
Right.
The jury's like, what a waste of our paper.
You stated specifically in your testimony that the victim was shot with an AK-47, but you don't really know that since there is no bullet to test for ballistics. So how could you be certain it was an AK-47 or that the bullet was shot from an AK-47?
Just, I don't have an exact answer to that either, so.
I don't have an answer for how I know that.
All the evidence, the AK that was found, the casings.
There were 2 expert ballistic witnesses throughout the case.
This is a
and
hung
both of them
jury
tested
best.
their theories by photos and tests performed outside the scene. Why did none of those experts visit the actual site to perform those tests?
I have no answer to that. I don't know why they went out there.
Questions from another juror. What is the range for the AK-47?
I do not know that.
If you know, if the Border Patrol rode at the border wall, is the Border Patrol road at the border wall within the AK-47 range, in range from the Kelly home?
I do not know because I don't know the exact measurements.
The Forest Service road to the east. Okay, is the Forest Service road to the east within the AK-47 range from the Kelly home?
Again, I don't know how far the road from the Kelly residence is.
Right. And then, Counsel, the other question we just reviewed, I told you marking is ANZA number 5, but it's actually ANZA number 6. Question, did the single foot, well, do you know, I'm gonna phrase it a little bit differently, but do you know whether or not the single footprint photographed was matched against the footprint of the defendant or the victim?
I do not know that.
Oh my goodness.
And then the final thing was not a question, but it was something for the judge, and it said, for judge, when jury selection started, we were told to not expect CSI level detective work. So whatever you were told in jury selection or opening statements, as I've said before, is not evidence. It's just, particularly in jury selection, the lawyers are just trying to prepare you for what the evidence may or may not be, but it's not evidence itself. So that's what that was all about. And
Called an amateur hour for detectives.
The defendant never has the burden of producing any evidence. The burden is always with the prosecution to prove the case by proof beyond a reasonable doubt. All right, that was.
No questions.
Those are all the questions from the jurors.
Questions by the lawyers.
I'll hand those back to the clerk. Now, counsel for a state defense. Let's start with the state. If you have any follow-up questions to any of the questions.
They're going to try to save some ground here.
Detective, let me ask you a question. Are you a ballistics expert?
No, I'm not.
And how many ballistics experts were hired in this case?
2.
As far as the AK-47 question, the injury sustained by the victim, was it from a high-powered weapon?
That is correct.
In your opinion, is the AK-47 a high-powered weapon?
That is very high-powered weapon.
As far as the question pertaining to the blood photo versus the physical pants, we're referring to the physical pants shown to the jury versus the photo on scene.
That's good.
Got those two in mind?
Yes.
The photo was taken how close in time to the event?
I don't remember the exact time, but it was pretty close.
Same day?
The same day, we'll have the same day.
And it's been how long since the pants have been in evidence?
Over a year.
And so the bloodstains disappeared?
As far as the ATF canine, I think the juror's question pertains to, if you remember that picture with blue and then yellow, a little blue circle with 1 casing and a yellow circle with 8 casings?
Yes.
Which one did the canine find?
The one in blue.
And what happened after the canine found that one shell casing?
The agent retrieved his dog and left the scene.
And this is, what time of day is this?
It was early morning hours.
Early morning hours, some could be 7 o'clock in the morning, but how early is this?
It was probably soon after I arrived for the search warrant, after midnight.
And the last question is there any doubt who owns the AK-47 with the green strap with the flashlight taped on the barrel?
There's no doubt.
Who owns that gun?
Mr. Kell himself.
That's all I had.
Defense, follow-up questions.
So the blood that is not for the eye to see, and that was on the backpack, is that correct, Judge, from the question? Pants, thank you. That's kind of the same thing, wouldn't you agree, to the fanny pack photo, which shows the blood on the straps and not as visible when we pulled it out. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't notice that.
Okay. Did you look at the photo with the blood on the strap of the fanny pack?
Yes.
Okay. But when we showed it out here to everybody, it was harder to see it. Would you agree, or do you remember?
I didn't see it.
Okay. So somehow things absorb possibly, right? For both pieces of evidence.
Sorry.
Okay, no, you're fine. And I heard the experts say that an AK-47 was only an intermediate weapon, not a high-powered weapon. So why are you still drawing that conclusion?
To me, it is a high-powered rifle.
Well, every rifle can be high-powered then, correct?
But this one is a high-powered rifle.
And you can have high-powered handguns too, can't you?
What's that?
And there is such a thing as a high-powered handgun too, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay, nothing further.
Thank you. Any follow-up question? Any other follow-up questions or any other questions for this witness?
Please, jury, deliver.
Seeing none, all right, very well, sir. You can step down. And the state had, is there an exhibit that the state wanted to offer before we go any farther?
That's correct, Your Honor. Government Exhibit 117, which is a CD of photographs. Pursuant to court order, we called out some other photos. And it's been provided, I think, last Wednesday.
I'm just saying, this guy might be great, but where it stands right now, I wouldn't trust him to investigate a traffic accident.
Your Honor, we will say that we didn't review, but we have no objection subject to those agreed upon things were pulled out.
Very well, subject to confirmation that those agreed upon items, the photographs were culled and taken out from the grouping 117 is admitted.
Your Honor, the state rests.
State rests. Tuesday, April 16th, state rests.
Headset, Your Honor?
Okay, we're going to go on headset really quickly. Let's have a quick judgment of acquittal motion. Motion for directed verdict. Wow, we did it. We made it to the state resting, which is just awesome. That was a sad way to rest. Yeah, they went out with a whiff, like a miss. That was their mic drop moment to solidify in the minds of the jury forever the guilt of the defendant. They called the lead investigator, who did the 2-week trial in Las Vegas, or 2-week certification in Las Vegas, not the 1-week one. That's why he's the lead. I don't know where he got his training. Oh man, I think I could have put on a better case. They went out with their tails between their legs. They will ask for a directed verdict, never granted. The reason why it's never granted, first of all, I wouldn't say never. I'm sure there are some cases where the judge has granted a directed verdict. We just haven't been there for it. We saw in the Franklin Tucker case. I know the judge was a mess there, but yeah, anyway. Similar behavior in that case as well, where the judge went overboard to the defense. Oops, sorry. I saw motion. I brought the mics back up. We can't do a poll if the defense is going to put on evidence. But let's see.
Defense calls Agent Marlon Layugan.
And they're putting on evidence. The judge never grants it because the judge has to look at the motion and consider everything in the light most favorable to the state, not the defense. You think, well, I'm innocent until proven guilty. In that motion, the light has to be most favorable to the state. So if they presented any evidence to show that it's guilty, that could be considered that he was guilty by the jury, then they have to, not grant the directed verdict. Welsh lady reads. Let me look and see what your question was.
She has it all.
Apparently we're stuck again. Stuck in limbo land. It's a good time for me to find this question from Welsh Lady Reads, huh? I'm looking. How far up was it? Why does slow mode stop me and I have to take a seat again? I don't understand your question. I don't know why it happens. It is stuck right now. It's stuck again. The state rested. We're seeing the first witness for the defense standing there, trying to raise his hand, but he's stuck in like a Twilight Zone moment. Wasn't the detective subject to the rule? No, the detective is exempt from the rule because he's the lead detective. Just like a victim in the crime might be exempt from the rule as well. Has the state started? Defense starts right now. If we can get the feed to work. We're having just a bear of a time getting a signal out of the southern border area. What rule? The rule is the rule of sequestration, which is a rule that says either side can request this, both either prosecution or defense, and if one of them does, it's granted by default. But the rule is we don't want the witnesses testifying that are going to be called in this case to testify and hear what the other witnesses are saying, because then they might work together or maybe tailor their testimony to match what somebody else said. So the rule is the witnesses cannot be in the courtroom. They cannot watch the trial. They can't, follow it on the internet. They can't read anything. They have to just stay and be isolated from everybody else so that their testimony is kept pure and not polluted by the testimony of other witnesses. That's the rule. It's such a frequent rule that they just refer to it as the rule instead of the rule of sequestration. Okay, we've done everything we can on our end. We'll keep the audio in case something happens. And I'm going to do another check to see if they have this morning's feed, which they don't yet. All right, yeah, still nothing there. I think they've lost internet. The signal is very spotty. So detective became useless by listening to the previous useless witnesses. Somebody get the phone. Get the phone. It's still trying to buffer. But man, it's a bad day for you because the internet's broken and we're all looking your direction.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court will be the truth, the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth? Let me finish it for you. I think we have Laura in the courtroom. She's watching, but I don't think she can listen to us live. What do you think of the questions from the jury? Great question. Was the shoe print tested to see if it matched the defendant or either of the victims? And we're buffering. The state keeps pulling the plug. If this ship's going down, they don't want anyone to witness it. Shoe size matters. What do you think of the question where they called out the lead detective saying, in your direct examination, you testified that the gunshot was fired from an AK-47 high-power rifle. And they said, the question was said, you can't know that. You can't know that. And he's like, well, I can because there are shell casings. And he said he fired his gun. So that means that he must have killed him. Ship has sailed, says Creative B. It's the longest oath ever. Amanda, trying to get out of it. Amanda, look, you can't dodge your responsibility just because it's not going well for you. This isn't my fault. It's the state's fault. The crooked lead detective is trying to keep us away from getting the truth after he got off the stand. He's mortified right now. It's just not happening, guys. It's not happening. So here's our options. It's 5 o'clock right now. We expect to have the live feed tomorrow. We might have to watch it just a day behind. That means we're going to rewatch on higher speed what happened this morning, tomorrow, day 14. And then we'll get this tomorrow after lunch. We'll get the afternoon, what happens from now on. I just don't know what else we can do other than that. All days. Amanda, you should have thought this one through. Amber's on the phone. Let's see if she's got some good news for us. Hey, Amber, what's happening?
Hi.
Fix it, Amber.
I need help.
Okay, what's that?
I need help. I'm still stuck on these jury questions.
I was hoping for enlightening questions. Some of them were just like, what? All this shows is that maybe the jury was doing something more than eating the snacks. They might have got a bad case of the munchies during the break. Which question for you stood out?
Well, now that you ask me that, I don't remember not one question. I just remember I was absolutely shocked at the question and the answer that he got.
Let's see if I can bring it up on our own feed or rewatch it. It's going to be weird listening to myself. Okay, search Recovery Addict. Hey, I'm live. Wait. What does this say? Let me show
Dog
you.
Lover, I hope I've given you a couple laughs to make you feel a little bit better. Dog Lover said something about needing to hear my laugh.
I just searched for my own channel on Apple TV, which I've never done ever, and it brings up this. You're not alone. SAMHSA National Helpline, free confidential hours. That's cool. That's nice of them. That's nice, but
yeah.
Okay, day 14. That's nice of them. That's nice, but that's me right there. It's weird. Now I'm in like a time loop. Let's go back a little bit. Let's find these juror questions. Back a little further. Where are the questions? I think it's right up. Here we go.
Vicky just called it. That's why you're being flagged, because of your name.
This is the weirdest thing ever. This is the weirdest thing ever. Okay.
Detective Ains has ATF, meaning alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, ran the serial numbers on the AK-47. I don't have an answer to that.
Serial number on the AK-47.
All right, the follow-up question was, is yes, how are they registered? But since you don't know, I want to ask the follow-up question.
Amber, you hung up.
Were Mr. Kelly's shoes and the deceased victim's shoes the same size? No.
What? What? Did I say that?
Again, if you have personal knowledge or foundational knowledge, let us know. If not, let us know as well. In your testimony, you stated that the alcohol, tobacco, firearms canine found only one shell casing, and there were 9 total in the same area within a few feet. Why do you believe that is?
I have no answer to that. I do not know.
Next question. In the autopsy photos, there appears to be blood on the outer tan pants, but there is no blood on the physical pants shown to the jury. Why is that, if you know? And I think the juror's referring to, I assume you're referring to physical pants being the actual physical exhibit that was brought into court. So I'll just repeat the question.
There's
In the
two of me
autopsy
now.
photos, there appears to be blood on the outer tan pants, but there's no blood on the physical outer tan pants shown to the jury.
I have no answer for that either.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me either.
Right.
The jury's like, what a waste of our paper.
You stated specifically in your testimony that the victim was shot with an AK-47, but you don't really know that since there is no bullet to test for ballistics. So how can you be certain it was an AK-47 or that the bullet was shot from an AK-47?
I know.
Just, I don't have an exact answer to that either, so.
I don't have an answer
It's
for
just
how I
the
know
way
that.
All the evidence, the AK that was found, the casings.
There were 2 expert ballistic witnesses throughout the case.
This is a
and both of them
jury
tested
best.
their theories by photos and tests performed outside the scene. Why did none of those experts visit the actual site to perform those tests?
I have no answer to that. I don't know why they went out there.
Questions from another juror. What is the range for the AK-47?
I do not know that.
If you know, if the Border Patrol rode at the border wall, is the Border Patrol road at the border wall within the AK-47 range, in range from the Kelly home?
I do not know because I don't know the exact measurements.
The Forest Service road to the east. Okay, is the Forest Service road to the east within the AK-47 range from the Kelly home?
Again, I don't know how far the road from the Kelly residence is.
Right. And then, Counsel, the other question we just reviewed, I told you marking as Ainsley number 5, but it's actually Ainsley number 6. Question, did the single foot, well, do you know, I'm gonna phrase it a little bit differently, but do you know whether or not the single footprint photographed was matched against the footprints of the defendant or the victim?
I do not know that.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then the final thing was not a question, but it was something for the judge, and it said, for judge, when jury selection started, we were told that to not expect CSI level detective work. So whatever you were told in jury selection or opening statements, as I've said before, is not evidence. It's just, particularly in jury selection, the lawyers are just trying to prepare you for what the evidence may or may not be, but it's not evidence itself. So that's what that was all about. And
Called an amateur hour for
the defendant
detectives.
never has the burden of producing any evidence. The
Okay,
burden is always with the prosecution to prove the case by proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
There you go.
All right,
So,
that was,
no questions.
those are all the questions from the jurors.
Questions by the lawyers.
I'll
Follow
hand
up.
those back to the clerk.
Okay. So, yes, it's a little funny. I'm not alone. The little message on YouTube when I search for my channel says, hey, there's help. Reach out for help. You're not alone. There was both of me. I was with myself there. Amber, now that we've heard the questions again for this witness, which one stood out as just being crazy?
I don't remember now. I stopped listening after like question 3.
I will tell you. I'll tell you that some of the questions were just weird. Like for me, it doesn't really matter who the gun was registered to, because it's not an element of a charged crime, right? I realize there might be some insightful information. Say if there was a testimony that came out that said, "Hey, Mr. Kelly owned this beat up AK-47," and then between when he called the Border Patrol the first time and the second time, he went out and bought another one. That would be interesting. That would be telling. But there's no evidence that way. But the shoe size, okay, the shoe size, the question about the footprint at the scene, it would be
matching the
The deceased.
Who did they ask? The deceased, right?
Or the other victim, who was Daniel, who was with him. They're saying, what if it was someone
George
else's?
Allen Kelly.
Or a fourth person, or the fifth person. If you have like a Bigfoot print there, it doesn't match any of the three people known to be at the scene, then there's a fourth person. And suddenly your theory gets blown out the window, and maybe there were 5.
Right, but in the question, I think this is what blew my mind. That I was like, wait, what? How they phrased the question, was it just, did it match the deceased? Or I could have sworn it had part of the question was, it didn't include
Mr. Kelly.
George Kelly?
Yeah, I think it included Kelly or the victims.
So he doesn't know the answer to that question?
He doesn't know anything. You heard him. He knows nothing. Hey, guess what happened? Guess what happened? We've got court back. No.
Wait, okay, bye.
No. He quit. He quit. He almost got to the witness stand. We've been buffering for 20 minutes, and he's made it all the way across the courtroom.
Have you tried to turn it off and turn it back on?
Yeah, that's not my job. The internet's not mine today. Oh, I broke everything. Sorry, hang on a second. I broke my screen.
Oh my gracious.
See what you made me do?
I didn't do it.
Okay. There we go. Welcome, sample user. This live stream is the best. You never fail to entertain us. Love you, Ari and Mods. Thank you, Ricky C. Appreciate that. It's very generous. I will say this. There's one witness who is firmly in the not guilty category. One juror firmly in the not guilty category. That when he asked the question, he's like, about the AK-47, he's like, you can't know that it was an AK-47. He's like, well, yeah, I can, because Mr. Kelly had a gun and there was a dead guy, so he was shot with an AK-47. That is not going to fly. That witness has now cemented his belief against the state, and nothing you can tell him will get him to agree with that lead investigator's version of the events. You can't. He has discounted the lead investigator's truthfulness and discredited his entire testimony.
Right. So we know just by the questions that there is at least one who is straight not guilty. But I don't understand anybody that's on the guilty fence, like guilty camp, not fence, or on the fence, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I will say, with the evidence...
How do you still have that actual position, or do you? That's what I'm wondering, because everything that detective... I almost said defective detective.
A little Freudian slip there. No, I hear you. The state has not proved it. And I'll say this, I can almost say that unequivocally. But there are some people out there who might look at this and say, look, that's guilty. That's guilty all day long. That's enough for me. And if so, that's great. If you were on the jury, I would say vote to convict. Because you have, if you're beyond that point that would cause you hesitation to act, you're like, I am 100% sure I would push that button right now, then you should vote to convict. For me, I'm not there. But I will tell you that it is likely, in my opinion, that Mr. Kelly did this. It's likely. It's probable that he did this based on the evidence. It's probable to me that he's lying based on the evidence. Is there anything that the state has proven that takes me beyond that? No, there is not. And it's also probable that his version of events was real and that it happened. Oh, all right. Vicky, have a good night. Thanks for sticking around with us so far. Daybell is ending now. Thank you very much. I see that. I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share. Thank you, Ashley.
Okay, I think I'm broken because I just don't have words to even comprehend anything from this case at this point, because questions just blew my mind.
Can you imagine what happened in the week that we were not here during the Apple River trial?
Makes me wonder if we should go back and watch it.
Don't say
Did
anything.
It come back?
Don't breathe.
Yes.
Oh.
May I go ahead, Judge?
Make sure it's my
Okay, bye. No. As soon as you hang up, it started buffering. If it buffers one more time, we're gonna skip and do this tomorrow.
Would you tell us your name and would you spell your last name for the record, please?
My name is Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Marlon Layugan. Last name is spelled Layugan.
And could you tell the jury how you are employed?
I'm a Supervisory Border Patrol Agent. At the time, I'm currently assigned to Tucson Station. I transferred there in January. Prior to that, I was at the Nogales Border Patrol Station.
Could you give us the brief rundown of your training and experience?
Yes, I've been a Border Patrol agent for 11 years. All Border Patrol agents go through the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. It's located in Artesia, New Mexico. We learn immigration law, we learn customs law, arrest techniques.
Also known as not Las Vegas.
There's a lot of physical training. Vehicle pursuits, that sort of thing.
And after you completed that training, did you get stationed in the Nogales sector?
So I was stationed in Tucson Station, which is part of the same sector. And then I promoted.
Guys, this is unbearable.
In
I don't think it's going to fly.
21.
And there it was. And I broke it. I broke it again.
I think I meant to say Nogales Station.
No, so I was only in Nogales for 2.5 years.
Okay. And what was your role on January 30th of 2023?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Guys, we're going to wait for the Zoom. We're going to watch this together. It looks like we're going to do it tomorrow, which means we're going to watch the morning, which we saw already, but it was so spicy. First of all, we're going to rewatch it, and we're going to have the spicy meter functioning tomorrow. We're going to watch it. We're going to have all 4 views so we can see the state, their response to what happens. We're going to see the judge at the same time as well. So we'll rewatch that on 1.25 speed in the morning. And then we're also going to watch the afternoon tomorrow as well. So we'll be a day behind, but I'm pretty sure court's not going to rest. I'm pretty sure the defense is not going to rest yet. So, man. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Have I plugged in my 56K modem? I probably should. That would help. We'll be on a rewatch party tomorrow. It'll be a different view. A little bit, it was good audio today. It was not bad, but a little bit better audio tomorrow. Hump Day shall be a good one. It definitely will. And then after Hump Day, of course, we have Podcast Day, which is exciting. Court is still happening, but we've got a very spotty connection that keeps dropping every few seconds. But this much I can tell you. The state has rested. Finally, the state has rested. They rested after lunch, after all the jury questions came in for their lead detective. And I don't think the jury was buying what he was selling. And then the state rested with a puff of dust. Not a echoing reverberation of truth and justice, but just a puff of dust and a little bit of smoke. And that's how they went down. So that's where we are. I think it's time to call it a night, though. It's 5:30 right now. And, they're still buffering. So, what connection is it on at, Tawanda? It's a secret one, unfortunately. Sorry. I can't reveal that information. I've been sworn to secrecy. It's really not on anything right now. It's stuck. Until tomorrow. Thank you, Gritty Grit. All right, with that being said, I'm going to do a little bit of bathroom remodel tonight. Who's with me? Hey! No, just me? Okay. Well, I will do it anyway and hopefully get some drywall put up. Now, I do have to ask, how do you find out there's a new thumbnail for you to use tomorrow? I'll use it, Steve, for sure. Thank you. How do you find out where to drill the hole on the drywall so that those little copper pipes that come out of the walls line up in the right place? Is it just like tape measure and guess and then cut a big hole and then patch it later? I don't know. If you know, send me a text to the burner phone. So, because I definitely don't know. Please call my hubby if you have electrical plumbing questions. Ashley, send me a text again. Make sure I have it on the top of the list. Wish me luck. First of all, I'm just going to start hammering with a sledgehammer. I know there's a lot of insulation up there that's going to come down on top of me because I did all the times before. but it's really hot upstairs because we've got our attic open to the top of the house. So it's like 85 degrees upstairs right now, and that's where I'm going to go work. So wish me luck. It's going to be like a sweat lodge. I tried. Sorry, they sent me to the Las Vegas school to run the internet. Amanda, don't take this on your shoulders. Realize that they, and you know who I'm talking about, they are broken as well. So it's not everything that you can fix, but you did your best. Good job. We'll let you try again. You know, this one's going down on your record. We're not going to give you a pass on this. We're still going to hold you accountable forever. So you'll never again be a first-time offender. But Amanda, a great job. Appreciate you. Good try. You can try again tomorrow. All right. Amanda was sabotaged. Tonight, when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live tomorrow. What time should we do it? 8:30 work for you? 8:30? Lenova, court is buffering. Court is buffering. We can't get the feed out. So instead of watching, 3 seconds and then pause for 2 minutes, and then watch 3 seconds and pause for 2 minutes, we're going to watch it again tomorrow on the court's view. Should be great. I'll check on the roach. I'm going to have my kid do it. I will pay him to find it and sweep it up and get it out of here. You guys have a good night. Be good to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.